Since Diddy's arrest, a lot of celebrities, as far as rumor has it, are afraid that Diddy is going to take a plea deal. And what that means is that Diddy would be blowing up everyone's spot. Every celebrity who associated with him during his freak-off parties that involved illicit drugs, allegedly underage prostitutes, all sorts of debauchery, all of these people are going to start running for the hills and doing everything they can to cover their tracks. So the latest example of this would be Usher. Usher has wiped his entire Twitter history, erasing 7,000 of his old tweets. Now, some people say there is a, rational explanation for this.
Apparently crypto scammers hacked his account. And so, I've never heard of people deleting your tweets. I've heard of people tweeting crazy shit in your name, but I've never heard of people deleting your tweets as part of getting hacked, but I could be wrong. Like, imagine you're a woman and you're like, man, my account got hacked and all my nudes were just deleted.
Well, according to the community note here, Usher's account on X was hacked on September 12th and was exploited for a meme coin scam. The tweets were not deleted. Their visibility was limited after the compromise. The account and the tweets became visible again at around 10 p.m. on September 22nd. So, according to the community note, Usher's tweets are still up and visible. And I don't know what he would be trying to cover up anyway, but he does have an extensive friendship and professional relationship with Diddy. I believe that at one point, Diddy was Usher's legal guardian, right?
I didn't know that.
Isn't that the case?
I don't know that. I didn't know that.
Let me just fact check that.
Yeah, Usher's tweets are back. They're all up there.
Because wasn't it the case that Usher also became Justin Bieber's legal guardian when he was younger?
You're pushing facts here. I don't know. I don't know whether
Diddy lived with 14-year-old Usher when he was 23.
Yeah. I don't know if that makes them the legal guardian or if he was just like the parents, let him.
Here, in 2016, Usher went on Howard Stern and said he saw, quote, very curious things while living with Diddy for a year when he was 13 years old.
There is a 20 there from Pete Donovan.
Hey guys, love the show. Mary, happy first full day of Christian Ghost Girl Autumn. And Brett, instead of Brat Summer next year, let's make it Brett Summer. 3 glorious months of nourishing work-life balance.
Well, I was up with you there until the nourishing part.
Yeah, we were on board.
But yeah, and thank you for that.
Is it actually a first day of fall today?
I think it's next week.
That's crazy because I already feel the chill.
I think it's next week.
I'm just gonna pretend, and I'm gonna continue drinking my pumpkin cold brew. But yeah, at the very least, I don't know if Diddy attained legal guardianship over Usher, but he definitely had a huge role in Usher's life.
That stuff I know. Like, I know that Usher had a big impact on Justin Bieber, and Bieber, there's videos of Justin Bieber and Diddy that people find curious, but I don't know the facts of whether they were legally that person's guardian.
At the time that Usher was Justin's guardian, he dropped Justin Bieber off with Diddy. This is on video, to spend 48 hours with Diddy.
I remember that.
And in the video, they allude to certain things happening that should not be happening with a 14-year-old Justin Bieber, but obviously we have no idea.
Autumn did start yesterday. Sorry, I was wrong.
Okay,
fact checked.
We're finally in the autumn. It's Christian Girl Autumn.
Yep.
But now another celebrity that is allegedly in crisis mode over a possible Diddy plea deal is Jennifer Lopez, who is one of his ex-girlfriends.
Yes.
She's not publicly said anything, not made any allegations against him.
A lot of people thought that the breakup between Ben and Jen had to do with that.
And possibly the feds showing Ben Affleck footage from the Diddy tapes.
I just want to know, I guess Ben Affleck has worked on a bunch of movies that probably had Fed and FBI, like had FBI and CIA consultants. So maybe he's got an in there, and they're like, hey, Ben, saw this video the other day. There was dildos and baby oil, and I just wanted to give you a heads up beforehand to see what you thought about it. And then you just see him walk outside and make the meme of him with the cigarette going, oh.
But then he went back to her.
Yep.
So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. But Jennifer Lopez and her management team are rumored to be on high alert, having crisis talks to devise a plan in case she becomes implicated in the ongoing criminal investigation involving her ex, Diddy. Now, I've heard, allegedly, that J-Lo is suspected to be the one who handed Diddy the gun in his 1999 nightclub shooting arrest. It was actually Shine who ended up getting charged and convicted for that shooting, but it is a commonly held belief that Diddy actually forced Shine to take the fall for him in that situation, that Diddy got into a verbal altercation with a drug dealer, and at the time a woman named Natania Rubin was present. She got shot in the face and survived. That bullet is still embedded in her face to this day. And she swears publicly that, like, to this day, she swears that it was Diddy who was the one who pulled the trigger on her, not Shine.
I mean, the fact that she hasn't been sued for defamation probably says a lot.
Yeah. And she is openly celebrating Diddy's recent arrest and saying, I know it was him who did it, and almost killed her.
Yeah.
And some people believe that J-Lo is the one who handed Diddy that almost murder weapon.
Yeah.
Which would put her in a very compromising position legally.
The sad fact is we're never going to actually know the answers to any of this stuff. It's fantastic.
Well, the investigation is ongoing.
I mean, I don't think anything big ever comes of this. Everyone's still waiting for that, like, moment, right? That you never got during Maxwell's trial. Like, you don't learn anything about any actual people. The system protects the system and nothing changes. I think that continues.
Right. And there's also this feeling of, like, unfinished business from Epstein's detainment, obviously.
That's what I mean, right? Like, this makes great fodder for people who want to cover it and talk about it. Certainly, I mean, I'm
getting mad at people who just insist on making shit up.
Well, like, there's like the ones that said, like, the Diddy tapes are disgusting. I'm like, you haven't seen them.
Yeah, there aren't. Like, I mean, the Diddy tapes have been confiscated by the FBI, right?
They probably are disgusting, but it's just a bunch of people on Twitter who don't have access to them who are just posting about it. And I'm like, it's just engagement bait so that you can make a bunch of money.
And now they're saying that Pink also has gone on a tweet deleting spree. That got fact checked. Never happened. They said that Megan Fox also cleaned up her Instagram for the same reason.
Or no, they said it was her Twitter, but she just never used Twitter.
Whatever it happened to be. Did you think that one of these celebrities was going to tweet about, like, just R-worded some underage prostitutes with Diddy back in 2009? Did you think that, like, that's what you were going to find on someone's Twitter account publicly? Like, no. And there are a lot of people using this as an opportunity to engagement bait.
Like,
and it's just annoying.
Megan Fox, like, never used Twitter. Like, she just quit Twitter in, like, 2013, and that's what they used as evidence that she had deleted all this stuff.
It's really dumb.
And the problem is this is what I say. We live in a world where there's just too much news and information all the time that the average person can't parse through it all and figure out what is engagement bait, what is real. And those narratives are being shaped for them by virtue of people who just want to make the most money possible rather than actually following through. I actually think that might be a little bit worse even than somebody saying the Diddy tapes are disgusting without having, because that just feels fake to me. Like, you don't.
It is fake.
You don't know. You haven't seen them. But, like, the people who are passing off information is real without acknowledging the fact that this isn't actually what happened to Megan Fox's account. If you're doing it knowingly, that's a problem.
Right.
Like, it's one thing if you get caught up in the cycle, right? And that does happen. You get caught up in the cycle, you didn't fact check something, and then it's wrong. Okay, fine. You made a mistake. But if you're doing it ahead of time, you do all of the research beforehand, and you knowingly publish that's a problem.
And you're, like, posting random pictures of celebrities who happen to be in the same room as Diddy.
That's the other one. Like, they're like, look, so people are posting there's like 4 or 5 pictures of him with Trump.
Sure.
Does that mean that Trump was at a freak off?
Famous people go to the same places. Yeah. Another 20 from Just 'Cause I'm Free. Wouldn't surprise me if Diddy had a hand in killing Tupac. Tupac might have started calling Diddy out for the parties. I'm a believer that Diddy diddled Usher and other musicians. Diddy is the Epstein of the music industry. There have been a lot of speculations about if he had a role in Tupac's death. What we said at the time that was trending is just he did happen to benefit from it.
Yes.
In a secondary way, but there's no actual evidence that he was directly involved in it. And I completely agree with what you said. Because it's so confusing, I just want to go over just like one of the biggest developments in the Diddy case that has happened in the past month. This is really interesting timing, by the way. Yeah. A book got published under the name of Kim Porter, the late mother of Diddy's children.
Yeah. She
died back in 2018 of pneumonia. But now some of her friends, allegedly, have leaked a flash drive that belonged to her that included a bunch of lost diary entries, alleging a lot of abusive and illegal behavior against Diddy. Mm-hmm. So let me just go through this. It's called Kim's Lost Words. A 60-page book accuses Diddy of assaulting his late girlfriend, Kim Porter, taping himself having sex with a male teenage pop star, and sex parties with an Oscar winner and his wife. This book claims to be a collection of the diaries of Kim Porter, the mother of three of Diddy's children, who died in 2018, leaked by her friends. It describes Sean Combs's colorful love life from the 1990s through Porter's final year, including alleged philandering with both male and female top musicians and rappers, debauched orgies at his home in which Porter took part. So this book was published on September 6th, just days before Diddy got arrested, which is really strange timing. I have to believe that the publisher had to have had prior knowledge about the raid that was going to take place in Florida, but I have no idea how. But
it's called an alleged memoir. Am I the only person who's also suspicious of this?
You should be, because we don't know a lot about it.
This miraculously gets published right as it comes out.
Let me elaborate. So this memoir has disturbing alleged accounts of Diddy slapping Kim Porter after losing his temper and making death threats to her. In the book, Porter recounts discovering and making copies of tapes that Diddy made of himself having sex with, quote, young boys he was managing, including an alleged tape involving an 18-year-old pop star who went on to be a household name. A lot of people are speculating this is Justin Bieber. The final entry of this alleged memoir has Kim Porter falling ill, dramatically texting her friends, quote, "he got me," and then calling 911. So the book's LA-based publisher, a producer named Chris Todd.
Hold, please. Crisis party. Thank you, guys. Tonal issues.
We have a lot of tonal issues.
It's okay. That's okay.
Thank you, guys.
Eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eating the dogs. Eating the cats. Eat the cat.
There's nothing we can do about it. It is what it is.
Some days are more serious than others.
Yeah. Okay. So you were questioning like the origin of this, right? So after Diddy's arrest, the publisher who wanted to remain anonymous decided he was safe to come forward.
Okay.
Really weird stuff. So this says the book's LA-based publisher, producer named Chris Todd, claims that Kim Porter shared a thumb drive of her writing with close friends, which he obtained and lightly edited, whatever that means, into a book under a pseudonym, Jamal T. Millwood. The book is marked as being printed in Las Vegas on September 7th, 2024. Chris Todd has not offered any documentary evidence to prove its authenticity, but he put hard copies up for sale on Amazon. Quote, "I was lucky enough to meet someone that purported to have Kim Porter's flash drive. I know the celebrity source pretty well. I know how close they were to Kim and Diddy and all the people in the hip hop community. This was supposedly for Kim Porter from the grave to come forward and tell her story."
Look, it's a fantastic headline that's going to get you a lot of money, which makes me infinitely more suspicious than I already would be.
Yeah.
Unfalsifiable, can't prove that it's real. What am I supposed to do with this?
It says Todd wanted to originally not put his name on the book for security reasons, saying this is a dangerous situation and I didn't want to claim ownership over Kim's words, but now I'm willing to come forward because of the recent arrest of Diddy. And now the federal government has finally acted. I feel safer to come forward. Mm-hmm. So that's all we know. He has not proven one way or the other if this is verifiably true, but people of course don't care. They see the headline, they go over to X, and they post a bunch of vague statements and claim it as fact, but we don't actually know what was going on.
The world is a house of cards now, and the cards are made up of information that gets passed through source to source to source, changed every step along the way, and it will drive you mad if you pay very, very close attention to it. Unfortunately, it's designed to be sold to people who don't pay super close attention to it, which makes it problematic on all levels. And that's an issue.
Well, I guess we're just going to have to see and parse through all of this information as best as we can, because that is our tagline, right?
Yeah. Well,
we try to help you stay sane in the insane world of pop culture. Like, it doesn't get more insane than this.
Yep. And again, my fear is that nothing's going to come of any of this. He'll go to jail. You're not going to see any tapes or videos. You're not going to see anything come of this. I just don't think that
is the pessimistic but more
it's realistic
and level-headed.
It's not pessimistic.
Take.
It's realistic. Yes. Look, every day you go on Twitter or you go on social media and you hear somebody's like, they're all being exposed. Nobody knows.
Well,
Nobody
here's what
cares,
I think. Because of the investigation against Diddy, I think he is going to face consequences for his criminal actions. However, like an Epstein, like a Harvey Weinstein or a Maxwell, that means Diddy is the fall guy for a bunch of other people
who will never be exposed.
Who will not be exposed. It's not all getting exposed, actually.
And exposing somebody doesn't mean posting a picture of two people who saw each other at a party. It has to be more than that.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.